Well, we have some breaking news coming out of the city of Detroit. Now, although this is only just a workout, it is breaking news to me because we've been talking about it for so long. According to Aaron Wilson, his Twitter account says the Commanders, Packers, Lions, and Ravens have requested to host USFL Panthers all-conference kicker Jake Bates for a visit, per a league source. It's a competitive situation for a strong leg kicker, a former Texans preseason roster member and graduate of Razorback FB. Now, we talked about this ever since Jake Bates kicked that walk-off 64-yard field goal, only 2 yards shy of the record that was also set in that building for the NFL, Justin Tucker, the 66-yarder against the Detroit Lions in 2021. Speaking of Justin Tucker, bringing in competition for Justin Tucker, I don't think it's competition. I think it's a backup plan just in case something happens to Justin. Justin is already adding muscle because of the new kickoff rules. So I'm sure Jake Bates is just an insurance policy. Now, what about Jake Bates with the Detroit Lions? When it comes to the Detroit Lions and Jake Bates wind up going 22 for 27. He did miss 5 on the season. One of them were blocked during the UFL conference game. Now, his kicking percentage on the season is 77%. That's right around where Michael Badgley is at. So you got to quit right now, percentage-wise, he's equal to Michael Badgley. But I think when it comes to, there's another kicker as well, the St. Louis Battlehawks kicker. He's got a weird last name. He went 20 for 22, only missing 2 on the season. But it was something that the Detroit Lions saw in Jake Bates, and we have been talking about this for the longest period of time when it comes to should the Detroit Lions bring him in. And even though he had a real strong beginning, then he missed a game-winning field goal the last week of the regular season, and then had one blocked in the UFL championship game. Misses don't make any difference. If you bring in, to me anyway, and here's what I mean, if you bring in Jake Bates and you let him compete, because every kicker is going to miss. No kicker is going to be perfect. Every kicker is going to miss in a game-winning situation. Every kicker is going to miss if the pressure is on. It happens to literally the best kicker. Prater, it happened to Prater. It happened to Justin Tucker. It happens to the best and the worst of them. So I'm not going to let that distract me. But what I do like is that the Detroit Lions decided to bring him in for a workout. That means firsthand, Brad Holmes, Dan Campbell, they're going to see they're going to look and see if they like what they see. You don't have just a scout, or you don't have, word of mouth. You're going to be able to see it yourself. And I tell you what, we definitely can't let him go to the Packers. That's for sure. So I'm glad that this is happening. I hope the Detroit Lions decide that they are going to continue and bring him in. Bring him in for not only a workout, but also sign him, because this is the way I look at it. You have 3 kickers on the roster. You're going to put one on the practice squad. One is going to be your starter. Let him come in, compete. If he wins the starting job, great. He's not going to stay on anybody's practice squad. I guarantee you that. So if the Lions put, if he doesn't win the starting job and the Lions put him on the practice squad, he won't last. So they'll probably waive and cut him. If the Lions bring him in and do their due diligence, I'm happy with that. Even if he doesn't make the roster, I'm happy that they at least tried. It was obviously something, just like Steel Chambers got cut or waived yesterday. If they bring him in, which they're going to do, and he makes the roster, and then we make it past training camp and stuff like that, and he gets cut, that means he wasn't it after all. So this is all I wanted the Lions to do, is bring him in. Well, not this, but actually bring him part of the roster. But I guess we can start here. If they like what they see, bring him in for it. Literally, you can't. Now, the funny thing is, they released a hurt linebacker today. A hurt defensive back. He was injured. It wasn't an injury settlement. He was injured. So I was wondering if there's going to be a corresponding move. Now, him bringing in for these, he has to work out with these guys. So it has to go through every team and stuff like that. So anyway, we'll see. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How do you feel about Jake Bates? I know the hype has kind of died down, but we do have some breaking news, man. The Detroit Lions do, after all, bring in kicker Jake Bates. They are one of the 4 teams that, as of right now, are going to bring him in. I wouldn't be surprised if more teams are added to this list, but I am happy. I hope that he winds up staying in Detroit. I think Detroit does have the leg up because he played in Ford Field. He's already got roots here. And in addition to that, he won't, according to what I've heard, the Michigan Panthers next season will not be playing in Ford Field. So if Jake Bates really does enjoy playing in Ford Field, this is his opportunity. Good for him, man. Go out there, show them what you're made of, man, and hopefully be on a team. Let me know your thoughts, how you feel about this, man. I'm excited to see what happens next. You guys are awesome. Remember, this channel is brought to you by viewers, subscribers, and members just like you. Take care of yourself and each other. And as always, go Lions.